There we go. Okay, just waiting for Instagram. And then I'm just going to double check the sound as I always do, making sure it sounds good. So, oh, come on, phone. Okay, so you can just say something and I'm going to check.
Hello, can you hear me? Check 1, 2. Booga looga looga.
Wait, how am I? Oh, I got to check it on the other phone. Damn it. Hold on. Yeah, I have too many devices. Well, I don't know where the other
I think you need, you know. Yeah, you got a lot going on. Yeah.
I have 3 phones. You know what? I'm not going to be able to check it because I don't have anything logged in on this new phone. Okay, we're going to hope it's fine. If anybody, there is some beep going on. I don't know what that is, but if anybody's listening, if the sound is weird, please let me know now. But we've spent like 48 minutes trying to get the sound to work because we had some fun going on. At least I think we're both making noise now. So
I think I'm going to make sure my internet connection is good.
It looks perfect, sounds perfect to me at least.
EXT.
Hopefully it does for everybody else. Wait, did you
hear me now?
Perfect. Yeah, I said I can't. Do you have your phone right there with you? Oops. Oh, he disappeared. No. What is that beep? Can you guys hear it? Do you hear the beep? What is the beep?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. I lost you for a second there.
Yes, I.
What is that? Do you hear the beep?
I do not hear the beep.
What is the beep? Okay, I'm gonna go grab my other device because this I gotta make sure now.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have the other phone here, so now I'm gonna double check. So it sounds good. Here we go.
I mean, I can hear you good. So your audio, you sound good. Your picture's good.
Hold on. I think it sounds perfect.
I mean, I hear you good.
Oh, wait. No, you're echoing. Do you hear it? Oh. No, you're echoing. You know what? That's the headphone thing.
Is that the delay?
That's the headphone. Hold on.
Says the delay?
No, now you're not echoing. I don't know. It echoes a little and then it doesn't. You know what? Whatever. I think we just gotta roll.
There's some people watching, so I don't know if they can comment or you know.
If someone's on and it sounds weird, please do let me know. It sounded like it echoed a little bit and then it sounds like it doesn't. We're just gonna have to send you a pair of headphones, Joe. Because that's one thing. If we have a guest on and I have headphones, so basically it's like the sound. I am speaking out in your room and that's echoing back into the live stream. That's basically how it works.
Oh.
Yeah. It's fancy audio stuff. I didn't know this stuff either when I first started live streaming. I was like, this is too much. I don't know. I don't understand anything. Now I do understand and it makes sense. It's a whole world.
That makes a lot of
audio.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We're pretty close to getting the studio done here, so
oh yeah,
I probably have a headset somewhere, but it's just weird. I gotta get I suppose I gotta get a Bluetooth set, huh?
No, this is plugged into my computer. It doesn't matter. So if you're on the it depends. If you're on the phone, you can just have a regular. It doesn't matter. It can be Bluetooth, but this thing has like a whole audio system thing, so it's all connected basically.
Got it.
It's just so you don't want the sound to be in the room because there's always going to be a slight delay, for example, which is then catching on. Regardless, let's just go. I'm
Yes.
lowering my volume, so at least hopefully I am not causing any echo. What you can do is, if you can, lower the volume just a little bit, just so you can still hear, but that can help a little bit as well.
Lower the
Yeah, if
volume.
anybody's
Okay.
on here watching, listening, and you work with audio, I am sure you know
Volume.
the sensitivity of audio stuff.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Let's see here.
However, while he does that, I am going to pull up what we're going to talk about today. Because we're going to talk about everybody on here, I am sure, have not missed us talking about Acemannan. Because that's all we talk about. How
How about now,
there's
everybody?
a new bundle that recently came out, and we're going to talk about it and why we want to simplify things, because I know people are saying, okay, I'm going to do this Acemannan thing. And then they go to the website and they're like, there's 30 products. I don't know what to do. And then they just don't do anything. Right. So we're going to simplify it.
Not-
There's one bundle that covers everything. We're going to go through this and explain why that is and how you are still in this bundle going to get the magical molecules we always talk about, even though it looks a little different. So I pulled it up, and when you go to the website, it basically looks like this. You can see how many children. Joe, what's your number now, by the way? How many children have you
It
nourished?
is as of this. Well, I can pull it up right now. We'll get a live. We'll get a live total.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this new app's pretty cool.
It is.
We, as a group, as a community, we are at. That seems off. Let me try resetting it.
Well, it updates.
So we are at 4,667,964.
That's pretty cool. And then
Yep.
the company has 61 million. What, it's probably a lot more, right? Because they didn't start counting when they started helping children. I think this
Correct. I
probably
mean,
started in the
yeah, we
later
started
years.
we started a I think, we had been running a couple of months before we had the tracker up, as far as I know. So it's in the neighborhood. It might be a little low, but it's in the neighborhood of where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Our goal is by the end of the year to be at 65 million,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of a big goal, but that's what we're shooting for because
Yeah.
you can't unnourish them once they've been nourished.
Right. Oh, and speaking of, so when was the last trip? Was it May we went last? It was, I think it was May.
Yes.
So I went for the first time last year, since it was my first year doing this, and I went to see the kids. And when we went back this year, we went to two different places. While one of them was the same place as we went last year, and it was really cool. One of the kid came running up. He's like, and then somebody had a picture of me and him a year ago, and it was really cool how they were like, oh, they all remembered us. And then when we went to the other place where we got to give them their first serving of Acemannan, and just actually seeing the health
Yeah.
these children compared to the other children who already has it was very different. You can
Yes,
see
it's
that the
it
quality of health is definitely different.
yeah, you can definitely see the kids are that haven't been receiving the molecules.
Mm-hmm.
They have some issues that maybe the other kids have been on it for a couple of years have aren't dealing with as much. So yeah, it's always cool to go back and see the kids that a year later and see how they've grown and
Mm-hmm.
matured and all the things that come along with that, and familiar faces. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, so back to when somebody goes to the website, when you go to the shop now button, right at the top here. This is all you guys need to care about. Don't even worry about
Yes.
the rest. Unless,
Yeah. So
but we're going to talk about this one, the targeted health stack, and we're going to explain what this is and how this is covering all of these things that we always talk about. Um, it might look a little different than something you have purchased before. Some of you might recognize the core already, but this OptiPack is a brand new, or basically an upgrade, I guess you could call it, from a previous product. However, in this packet, um, you will pretty much get everything you need. So that's what we're going to talk about. And I know Joe knows more than I do, because I didn't, until a few days ago, I didn't even know how much equivalent of, you know, the Acemannan Betalains and everything you got, because somebody was asking me. And then you told me, what was it? You have 2 immune Acemannan, 2 Betalains, the limitless, for example, and then the vitality, the whole food nutrients, and there was a lot more than I actually thought in there. I was like, oh my god, this is better than anything I've told people to get before.
100%. I mean, my mindset is we have one product now.
Yep.
It's called the Targeted Health Stack.
Mm-hmm.
And by taking the core and 2 of the OptiPacks every single day, you're gonna get
Here we
a
can see.
day's worth. You're getting a day's worth of the Vitality, which is our fermented whole food vitamin. It's our daily vitamin, so you're getting that. You're getting a full day's serving of the Acemannan, so that's, you know, basically two immune in there if you take the core in the OptiPack.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if you take the core in the OptiPack, you're getting 2 limitless, the equivalent of 2 limitless. Plus, there's other additional betalains in there.
Ah, yes, I
And
heard. Is it from cactus?
and people will say, yeah, and people will say, "Oh my gosh, what does that mean?" And yes, we've got some other exclusive betalains from from a cactus. It's the prickly pear. So
Wait,
there's extra.
really? We went outside with the dogs, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, and we found prickly pear, and we were out and just like opening and eating all this prickly pear we found out on the cactus. They're so tasty.
Yes, there's betalains in the prickly pear.
Mm.
And we were able to, you know, extract that also and put it into this Opti pack.
Mm-hmm.
But probably the biggest thing that is in this Opti pack that is going to revolutionize health and wellness is we have a fish oil that is, we call it omega-4, but it's a multi-spectrum fish oil. It's got 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. It's got all the fish oil you could ever need.
Mm.
And then it's not it's wild salmon that are grown in these, I believe the term is fjords. They're like these tanks in the ocean that keep all the bad stuff out of the water, out of the fish, but yet they're like in their natural environment. It's non-processed, so it's not a processed oil where they just strip it of everything that's valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And this company that we get the fish oil from has got, I believe, 14 or 15 different patents on how they produce this fish oil. It's the best fish oil in the world. They've got multiple patents and multiple awards from the FDA. It's the best fish oil in the world, and its bioavailability rate is around 14 to 18%. Now, people say, why is that important, Joe? The average fish oil that you're taking has got 2 or 3%. So this is the best fish oil on planet Earth, and it's not even close. We've got the science to back it up.
Mm.
Maaxx can send you all that research if you want it.
Yep.
And then what we do is we have a patented process from one of our friends who uses a cycle. I always say this wrong. Cyclodextrin.
Yeah.
Cyclodextrin
Mm-hmm.
to basically take the pure oil, the processed oil, and spin it with Acemannan. And it's like
Yep.
a cone. And basically, what it does is it takes the oil and puts it inside of a carbohydrate. So by doing this and at spinning it with the cyclodextrin and the Acemannan, the bioavailability for a human being goes from 14 to 18% to 74%.
Yes, that's what I heard. And I was like, that's crazy, right? But
So just the fish oil. If someone was, the number one selling vitamins in the world are typically a daily vitamin and fish oil.
mm-hmm.
Um, just the fish oil in this is, you know, worth the cost. Okay.
Yep.
So it's absolutely cutting edge. It's exclusive to us. And then we make it better with Ace Mannon. Ace Mannon makes everything better. Say it with me, Max.
Yeah.
Max. Ace Mannon.
And it makes everything better. And something I think we need to touch on a little bit is this. So I pulled this up for everybody because I want to explain what bioavailable means, because I think that people don't fully know that and think that you can just go out and buy a vitamin, whatever, anything, and it's going to be the same. That is not true. So, bioavailable refers to the degree and rate at which a substance, like a drug, supplement, or nutrient, is absorbed into a living system and becomes available at its site of action. Meaning, obviously, if it's not bioavailable, it's not even going to work, or for storage or use in the body. Essentially, it's about how much of something you consume actually makes it into your body's system. So if you take something that has a very, very low bioavailability, it's a waste of your money. You're basically taking something that doesn't do anything to your body, which is, and I have people ask this sometimes, why can I not just buy? I found Acemannan on Amazon and it was cheaper than yours. Yeah. You know what? And, I'll explain, the difference. And then they were like, I don't know. I said, you know what? Be my guest. Buy the one on Amazon. Let me know how you feel in a couple of months. How about that? And I actually have a story of a person I know who had a pretty severe situation with a mistake by a doctor, let's just say. Let's just say that they destroyed her face. And I told her about it. And then, long story short, a few months later, I saw on Instagram, you know what, this face is just not looking good at all. It doesn't even look like it's made any improvement. And I asked, I said, did you get Acemannan? Oh, yeah. I bought it right away. She said, I found this one on Amazon. But they're saying, the doctors are saying it's probably going to take about a year for my face to be okay. And I looked at the one that she had bought on Amazon and I did some research on the brand. Well, let's just say that they claim, and you're probably going to laugh about this, that they have 40% bioavailable 40%, not bioavailable. They have 40% Acemannan. What does that mean? 40% Acemannan that is not bioavailable is 40% in the trash bin. So no wonder she's not making any improvement whatsoever and wondering, and she's like, this is, Acemannan is Acemannan. No, just like omega and omega is not the same, or betalain and betalain is not the same, or even, we don't, not just things that we do, other things too. Pick any vitamin that exists. If it's not bioavailable, it's not going to work.
Correct, and it's how it's sourced. I think that people have woke up to the fact that, like, I'll be having a conversation with somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll show me their supplements, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, "Hey, this is synthetic," and they go, "Oh yeah, yeah," and they nod their head, and I say, "Do you?"
Yeah.
Because everybody, when you say, "Oh, that's a synthetic vitamin," they all go, oh yeah, synthetic." Yeah. And I say, "Do you know what synthetic means?" And they say, "Yeah." And I say, "Okay, tell me." And then they don't know. And what it
Mm-hmm.
means is it's made from the same kind of stuff that runs your car.
Yep.
It's made from petroleum. And the reason why everything has got plastic in it and everything is
Mm-hmm.
made from plastic is because plastic is very easy to manipulate. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're not buying good sourced vitamins, you're actually doing more harm to your body than you're doing help. And there's all kinds of studies on that. Basically, every single study they've ever done where someone was sick
Mm-hmm.
and they gave them synthetic vitamins, their conditions worsened
Yep.
because your body now has to figure out a way to try to pass or absorb or get rid of this oil that's in their system.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you buy matters. Okay. So, do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I tell everybody: you don't accidentally nourish 61 million kids
No.
in 9 years, right? We started this buy one give one in February of 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't accidentally nourish 61 million kids. So in order to do that, we have repeat customers. and I,
Mhm.
I make this promise to everybody. You eat our stuff. You take the Targeted Health Stack
Mhm.
for 90 days. Um, it's going to radically change your life. So
Mhm.
we've made this simple and we've made it cost effective. So on your first order, you're going to get a Hope 10 discount.
Mhm.
So your first order, it's going to be right around $7 a day. It's going to be under $200. And with that, you get a core that's going to radically help your gut health. It's
Mhm.
going to help you absorb more nutrients in your food and your
Mhm.
supplements. It's going to work with the lining in your intestinal wall. I mean, there's
Mhm.
a ton of science around core. I know you've talked about it in the past, but it's
Mhm.
got all 7 glyconutrients. You're going to get the Opti Pack, which is 2 little packets you put in your purse, you put in your gym bag, you put in your pocket, and you take 2 of those a day. And if you were going to get all that nutrition separately, just the Opti Pack would cost you $500 a month.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
actually want to only just point out a little. I don't really eat as much these days as I used to, and I don't get as hungry. And I'm pregnant also, which is kind of interesting. And I was telling Joel the other day, I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, I am pregnant and I feel like I should be hungrier than I am. And he was like, do you just think it's maybe the products? I was like, yeah, because before I get pregnant, used to fast. Not all the time, and now I'm not, obviously. But when I was fasting, I never felt really, I know that people that fast frequently, yes, your body gets used to it, but I feel like my body was given the nutrients it needed, and it didn't really feel the need for all that additional food that I always thought I needed.
Yeah. Well, when you put good stuff in, God's design
Mm-hmm.
is pretty good. You're not gonna beat God's design. So we've really tried to simplify this. You get on the Targeted Health Stack, you get the core, you get the Opti Pack. It's giving you all for the most part, unless you have a severe condition, it's
Mm-hmm.
giving you all the Acemannan you need. It's giving you all the Betalains you need. It's giving you all the fish oil you need. It's giving you all the vitamin and minerals you need from our whole food fermented vitamin.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's as simple as, what other solutions are you looking for? What is another symptom, a problem, something you're struggling with that you need help with? It is. I don't know if you have a slide for
Oh,
that other bullet thing
pull
with the
up,
eight.
because that's what this little plus targeted product. So when you order this stock, you get the OptiPack, you get the core for sure. And then you can select what you want this to be. So you see, guys, here there's a big drop down. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to choose from. So if you're speaking to somebody like me or Joe or somebody, make sure to ask. Okay, I mean, if you're just, I just want to get this and then I want to try whatever, be my guest. However, my personal, and I'm going to say what I think, and then Joe can say what he thinks. I would do balance. Balance has diosgenin, or like Joe says, what do you say? I love the way you
The
diagonal.
yams. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a.
That's even
I
better.
can barely speak and
Uh,
talk as it is.
and
Diastogen.
it's a natural hormone regulator, which was my personal story on these products. My first experience of all when I first started it, which was in February 2024. After 2 weeks, I had no ovulation cramp. And that was insane to me. I didn't even know that it was possible to not have that. So the balance, I believe, was probably the one that actually gave me some sort of feeling first, even though the other stuff was working in there already. But that was mind blowing to me. And my hormones are just great. And what I am wondering though, because you're not supposed to take balance when you breastfeed, and I'm like, Steve, can we make one without red sage for breastfeeding? That's what I need to bring
Well,
up.
and that's the thing too, is Teresa Beam, and I have
Hmm.
several women that took balance through pregnancy, through breastfeeding, and no
Oh,
issues. You got to
yeah.
kind of know your body. So everybody and every body is different,
Yes.
right? So the red sage can slow down lactation and
Mm.
milk production.
Oh,
So
I
it's
thought
something to be aware of.
thicker. I guess it's individual, like they said.
Yeah, I mean, Teresa still donated, for
Mm.
years, and she was taking balance. So
Oh, I need
again,
her
everybody's a little bit
then.
different. Yep.
I need to do a live stream with
So
her.
here's the best part about the targeted product, okay?
Hmm.
Is what are you struggling with? Are you struggling with cortisol? Are you struggling with your hormones? You're
Hmm.
gonna want balance.
Hmm.
Are you struggling with stress? Maybe it's fix.
Hmm.
Are you struggling with brain fog? Well, maybe you want a focus product.
Hmm.
But when you buy the targeted health stack, you're getting 3 products for
Uh-huh.
the price of what you've been paying for 2.
Yes. You can also add an extra
It's
bag of
7.
core of something. If you really just want to get a lot of extra Acemannan and Betalains, I would personally suggest, so I do 2 core a day, one for me, one for baby. That's my approach right now. So maybe I would have taken an extra bag of core. That's also an option.
Yep. And so basically you make it fit you. We have one product, but you customize it to what your need is. So maybe you start with an extra core.
Mm,
Maybe you start with the focus or the revive coffee. And then next month, maybe, hey, my energy and my is better. So I'm going to go with the balance. Okay.
mhm,
So it's the targeted stack you start on is the one you can stay on because you can stay on it forever and you can add to it and you
mhm,
can also tweak it. And so the stack you start on is the stack you stay on. And if you're a customer with us and you decide you want to share it, you can save. If you're a customer with us and you want to share your testimony, you have someone that you can refer into this program, you can get a 20% product credit off your next stack. Did you hear that in the back? That's 40
But
bucks off
and more. I mean, eventually,
next month's stack.
mhm,
Yeah.
depending on how many you
And
refer.
if you have 100%, you got 5 friends that need the targeted health stack, now yours is no cost going forward.
Yep, that is the truth.
So, it's simple. It's all your nutrition, it's all your minerals, it's all your vitamins, it's all your nutrition, as easy as 1, 2, 3. Core, OptiPack, and then the product that the product for you, the solution that you're looking for, right? So,
Mhm.
it's really simple and it's easy to do the math. It's $7 a day. I know if I follow around most people, and me included, a lot of times, we throw away. Most people spend $20 on lunch
Oh yeah.
or at the gas station or Starbucks or whatever.
Mm.
So most people can find $7 a day in their budget and they can replace some spending, get healthy, and save kids.
So
That's what we're doing. We're Go ahead.
I used to buy 3 coffees. So I used to live in Miami. We had a little coffee shop in the thing. If people used to follow me back in these days, you also know you saw me buying the coffee because I used to be on live stream. I would buy 3 coffees a day, and was Miami. So I think they're about $6 each. You guys do the math. I bought 3 a day. I don't even drink coffee anymore. If I drink a coffee now, it's like once in a blue moon, kind of like a little, because I like the scenario of having a coffee with somebody, like that. But I stopped drinking coffee when I started this. I mean, just that alone is like $18 a day that I don't spend because I don't need it. And trust me,
Right.
I used to love coffee. My body isn't even asking for it. I wake up, I drink my core and my fix and take my stuff. And like, it doesn't even cross my mind to have a coffee. And then actually my mom, I'm Swedish, and anyone who's Swedish might know we drink coffee all the time, all day long, even before bed. That's the thing we do. And my mom, when she started, she's like, wait, but I love my coffee. And I said, you can drink your coffee if you want. I'm not telling you you have to stop. She actually, I don't know what she said last time I talked to her. She said she doesn't even drink coffee every day now. And that's crazy because I also think that there's something inside of your body that is screaming for it. It's not just you liking coffee, there's more to it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's
And
just one part
and
of
so I
my.
mean, yeah. And maybe, maybe you're somebody that is looking for, some weight loss. Maybe you're somebody that's looking for a convenient meal. Well, then you can work in the Prime Shakes is your targeted health product.
Yep.
Maybe maybe you're a former athlete and you've got additional discomfort and inflammation. Well, maybe
Mhm.
you're going to have a target product of an extra box of Limitless.
Mhm.
Maybe you're somebody that, wants to get started with us and wants to take the targeted health stack, and you're maybe like Joshua and Roxy. They're obviously in very, very good peak physical condition. Their health is a priority.
Mhm.
Well, they each get a targeted health stack, and it falls into our tiered discount system, and now they're paying like $6.90 a day. So um, we really simplifying the message. You're not a walking pharmacy. You're not taking all of these bottles to work with you and your purse with you. It's just a couple of packs, a couple of little packages, and a stick pack, and
Mhm.
you're good to go. So, I mean, it's been very, very well received since we came out with this, and the stories are very, very good. People are feeling more energized. They're sleeping better. They've
Mhm.
noticed that, maybe if they do have a cup of coffee, they're having one instead of a pot, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, hey, fellow Norwegian here. You guys can buy over in Scandinavia. I think we have all the Scandinavian countries. And I actually know that we opened new countries recently. I had some very excited friends who have been ordering to other countries to get them shipped to them that finally got it into their countries now. So if you guys go to the website, there are some new flags added. So it's also growing, which is great. The website might look slightly different for other countries, but overall, I think that it should be pretty similar. I think most of them have the targeted health stack right now.
No,
Or, no, maybe
no.
no. It's coming. Maybe. Sorry.
Yeah, eventually, I mean, Austria, we've got a distribution center in Austria, and we're working on
Mm.
that in Switzerland. But I believe as of now, the targeted health stack is only
Oh,
in
is
North America.
oh.
Yep,
Okay. Well,
yep,
if you guys are in other countries, feel free to hit us up and ask questions, and we'll help you.
yeah.
But I think it's supposed to come soon, though. At least you can still buy. I think the core should be in most countries. At least you can buy them separate. Um, what else was I gonna say? Oh, actually, since I've been talking a lot about pregnancies, for all the ladies out there that have been, that want to get pregnant, I actually had a lot of them reaching out after I made my post. They're like, "Wait, I also want to. What did you do?" So this pack would be perfect for you for the targeted product for fertility, or like for if you're planning to have a baby. I would say pick the balance or the fix. So the balance for hormone regulation, probably. Fix is the stress hormone um, helper. So either of those would be perfect. And if you have questions, just reach out. Then on top of it, some meditation and some yeah, start saying out loud, "I am pregnant. I am pregnant." Pile it up together, and it will all happen. Do you have any
100%.
cool stories recently?
I mean, it, what's fun with this is literally you get stories every single day.
Mm.
And I think a lot of times when people first get started, they're afraid to share their story because they don't think it's big enough or
Oh,
important enough. But
mhm.
there's so many stories from, hey, I used to hit snooze 3 or 4 times and have to set
Yeah.
multiple alarms to make it to work, to now this one I heard this morning. Now I just get up. I'm up,
But
half hour before I used to get up.
that's probably
And
more relatable than somebody with a crazy health condition.
100%. And, it's a lot of people, a lot of people have gotten off, everybody knows that energy drinks are bad for them. Okay. Nobody's drinking Red Bull or Celsius or whatever the names are. No
Mm.
one's drinking that and going, boy, this is healthy stuff for me. I
No.
should drink more. Right. So every day I get a call from someone saying, hey, I used to drink 10 Celsius a day or four
Oh
Mountain Dews
God.
a day,
How are they
or
even alive?
and now they're sleeping better. They're not so ragey. They feel better. I've got a lot of guys that are, in their 50s that had issues where they were waking up a lot at night and having to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
And they get on the targeted health stack with balance, and all of a sudden that issue that is, dissipates, goes away.
Yep.
I've got some professional type athletes that were training really hard, and they thought that soreness and fatigue and lactic acid buildup was something they were always going to have to deal with, and they got on the nutrients, and all of a sudden their workouts and their recovery time is through the roof, and there's a lot of history with the U.S. Olympics teams in Acemannan, and so it's real. The science is there. If you want it, Maaxx will get it to you. But
Yep.
there's over 700 peer-reviewed studies. It's hundreds of $1 million in science, and
Hmm.
so if you want it, it's there. But really, we're changing the world by helping people get their health back online, and you can get the best health stack on planet Earth, in my opinion, at least my favorite, for $7 a day. So, start there. You can always add more. The tier discounts are still in there. But we have a lot of people that were taking Limitless and Immune every single day. Big bottle Limitless and a box of excuse me, a big bottle of Immune and a box of Limitless, and they were spending $200 every single month. And now they're getting a third product for free in essence by buying this targeted health stack.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get. I didn't get my OptiPack bag yet, but it should be on the way. It literally when
It's
this come out, just now, a week or two.
Yeah, it's been out. I think I got mine. I got mine Thursday. Will be on Thursday. It'll be 2 weeks
Yep.
because I
Yeah.
got my yeah. So I've been on it for 2 weeks, and it's
I
just
take off.
convenient. And
I take
yep,
the Vitality separate, and then I got the little sample of the Omega, so I've tried it already.
yep,
It
yep.
was
And so I mean, there's
whack
no
with my
it.
powder.
If anybody who's taken fish oils or omegas
Mm-hmm.
knows what I'm talking about when I say the fish burp, you're
Yeah.
not going to have that with this. There's no fish burp.
No, I
There's
didn't.
no,
You're right. Oh, oh
you
God.
know, and so yeah, it's going to revolutionize the omega market, and
Mm.
then you everybody that breathes oxygen and has a spine should probably be on Ace Mannon,
Yep.
just because it it can
I
only help you. It can't hurt you.
When you say that people have $7 a day to spend, I would honestly, before even starting to look at your Starbucks and whatever you're spending on like that, I would look at what freaking things are you taking today. Because a lot of times I've talked to somebody, and this true story. So I talked to a person. She said, we can't afford this right now. It's tight. Okay, cool. It's tight for everybody. I said, what are you taking today? And after a long conversation, I get a photo of the vitamin shelf. And I am not kidding you when I say that there is close to 30 bottles there. And I said, what is that? I said, and then we start going through and I said, well, first of all, the majority of these are probably synthetic. And I actually pulled that up. I was going to read that. What is a synthetic vitamin? It's created artificially in a laboratory or factory through chemical processes rather than being extracted from natural source. Just like shitty food, right? We don't want processed food. We don't want processed vitamins. So they have all this stuff. And I said, most of them are probably synthetic. Maybe some of them are not. Are they bioavailable? Are they doing something for you? Are you feeling better? Because the whole story of us starting to talk was because they didn't feel good. So how
Right.
about we that shelf and then do this and then start feeling better and probably you don't need anything else.
Well, and it's kind of one of my theories is health can be simple. The truth is simple,
Yeah.
health is simple, but we
Complicate.
start chasing outcomes, and with this stuff, with the targeted health stack, you're getting real nutrition,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting validated science, you're getting best in class proprietary technologies, and it works. In 10 years, I tell this to everybody who goes onto my site and orders. I say, look, you eat this for 90 days and you don't feel better, I will write you a check for whatever you spent. And in 10 years, I've written one check, and that lady just threw it in her box in their closet. And she threw her box in her closet and just never took it. So I ended up writing her a check and getting all the products, so it worked out fine. But if you put this science in your body, it's real, it's effective, it works, and it's life changing. And you're going to save money, you're going to feel better, and
Mhm.
you're going to nourish your kid. And once you understand what we're really doing and the kids that we're nourishing and saving all over the globe, um, then you can choose to participate if you want to or not. I mean, I think if most people realized the coffee they were drinking was not helping children but harming them and their families,
Wow.
maybe they drink our coffee. So
Mhm.
it's really about having a conversation with people, finding out what challenges are they having. And most things can benefit from Acemannan, the Betalains, our whole food nutrition, and then we pick a targeted product and we rock and roll and let's see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I have some really cool. I have actually a guest soon. I am super excited for my results. I really am. But I was even more excited to find out when I got pregnant, somebody else got pregnant that wasn't supposed to be able to either. And soon enough, that story will be out as well. But let's just say that that person went through 4 IVFs that didn't stick. And I always try to tell people, I understand that it's very easy to run to that solution, but if you're not getting pregnant, it's because your body isn't supposed to be. And then you're trying to force that in when your body isn't ready to be that. So it's not a solution. You're going to have to help your body heal first, because the reason it's not working is obviously because something is wrong. And I don't know, sometimes I don't know how people can't really connect the dots. But I remember back in the days I used to have a lot of gut issues, and actually somebody told me just the other day, oh, I'm just like you, I have a super sensitive stomach. And I said, my stomach is not sensitive at all anymore. I said, well, first of all, I eat healthy, but back before days, man, my stomach was sensitive even to good food. Like I couldn't even eat, like the most basic things. I would just feel really bad, and I was popping all these digestive enzymes and probiotic all day long, and I don't take either of these things. Not at all, unless my stomach isn't sensitive. I can even eat out, even very selective with where I would do so, but I don't have any sensitivity. I don't have any issues. I don't have any IBS. I go to the bathroom like normally. I don't shit my brains out 10 times a day. It's like,
Right?
yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yep.
um,
Is it? I'm gonna step. My dog has been barking at me. I'm gonna. Can I step away for a second? You just share some
yeah,
stories, or
yeah.
okay? Hold tight.
Go do your thing. Okay, guys. While he walks the dog, we can talk some shit. Oh, I got a. Well, I'll do it next one. I'm gonna show Bodhi, my lizard. He grew from this tiny little nugget, and now he's big. And yesterday I took him to the store. It was pretty fun. He made friends everywhere. It's pretty cool where I live. Nobody seems to care. You can just bring them everywhere. I went to the store one day, to the grocery store, and a guy had 2 parrots on his shoulders. And I was like, wait a second, I need to bring Bodhi everywhere I go. So that I'm doing. I'm also gonna start recording for the Sovereign Mom documentary this week. I just got a cool gimbal. I haven't had a gimbal in so long. I've shot video and stuff for 25 years, and I got so annoyed at this gimbal after a while. I was like, I can't do this. It takes too long. You got to calibrate all the time. So I started doing everything like handheld. But now I get a gimbal again, so we get nice content. So one thing I am looking for is I'm looking for cool people to the documentary to feature, to do maybe in-person interview or maybe an over the online interview. But I'm looking for people that have either experiences in natural birth. It could also be people like Giuliani I had on my live the other day, who had actually a C-section, a regular hospital birth, and then a natural birth. So she had 3 different stories. So I'm looking for people who's had natural birth. You can have had hospital birth as well, though, so we can kind of compare. Also, sovereign parents, people that have reclaimed their sovereignty, or maybe own their strawman, maybe have no birth certificates or such for their babies. maybe have done the free birth, home birth away from the system. These kind of people I'm looking for, or people that are just living the sovereign free life like myself. So I'm working on this film. I would like as many great people as possible that actually live the lifestyle. I think it's something we need to talk about way more and educate people on how this works. And people are asking a lot of questions about this whole strawman situation. What is it actually? Everyone is very curious. Today I went and got some papers notarized for some of the stuff I do. And this lady, I always tell people when I'm standing there, like, what is this for? Does this look so interesting? What is this? And then I explain a little bit, and they look at my identification because I have a sovereign identification. It looks very different from a regular government identification. So your strawman is an entity they create when you are born. They basically create a corporation out of you and make your name in all caps. That's why you're going to look at your ID, your passport, your driver's license, your bank statements, your IRS paperwork. Almost anything you get in the mail, bills, anything is going to have your name in all caps on it. That is your strawman. It's not actually you. It's an entity created to represent you, but it's not actually you. So you have the right to just not be that. You have the right to say that that's not me. And most people don't even know that this is possible. Somebody asked me today, but wait, you don't pay tax? I said, no, I'm a registered non-taxpayer. It's not even that I'm just skipping it. I'm literally registered as a non-taxpayer, and this is a thing. You can be a registered sovereign person. Somebody also asked me today, but oh my God, am I revoking my citizenship? No, there is a process of doing such a thing as well. However, you are not revoking, you are revoking the fact that you are associating as a corporation. Does that make sense? So you are basically saying that I am no longer this corporate entity that you guys created to control me. That's not me. So I have a book out that is a step-by-step guide of how to do the application to take ownership of your strawman. It's very simple. It's an online application, very simple to do. And now I'm making a second book that's going to be called I Own My Strawman, Now What? Or you own something like that. I haven't decided. I'm working on it right now. It's going to be a guide that explains what you can use this for, because taking the ownership is great, but then what are you going to do with it? Joe, so I know we've been telling you some of it. I was telling people about the strawman because I'm going to start shooting for my documentary this week, and I'm looking for sovereign parents that have been doing this for their children to interview for the film, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack with that, and I'm still
Mm-hmm.
learning and
We get to
trying
help
to wrap my brain around all of it.
the Strawman application soon. It takes like 5 minutes to do a Strawman application. I said I released a guide telling people how to do it, the application that just makes you own your Strawman name, basically. But I'm working on a second guide now that's going to be called something like you own your strawman, now what? What do you do with it? Like, why is it a good thing to own that? So I'm going to make a guide with examples for scenarios when this would be to your benefit, basically. For example, I had a little story. I've shared it briefly with people when I got stopped by the cops in my car, and I'm utilizing this fact that I actually, not only do I own it, but I've trademarked it. So that's an additional step you can do. You can actually trademark it as well, meaning that when they are utilizing it, they're breaking the trademark law, which is very expensive. So that's just one example. There's a lot of different things you can do. And also talking about all this trust setup and everything to protect your assets. If you start a private trust and you put all your valuable assets into your trust owns them, you don't. So you're running the trust. So it's your trust. So indirectly it's yours, but it isn't. So if somebody's trying to come for you and trying to take your house or something, they can't do it. This is a very,
No,
very
and
short
there's
explanation of a very
there's
long.
a lot of good tax implications with that as well, and so it's interesting stuff.
Oh yeah,
You
very.
know, yep.
What you get tax exempt. So
In a
there was
nutshell, yeah.
a
Yeah, it's
video.
the set up a trust is. I mean, there's a lot of good things about a trust. I think there's a
Mm.
lot of people that have been taking advantage of trust law and common law and corporate law for a long time. And any information that helps people, educate themselves to make better
Mhm.
decisions, whether
Yep.
be it parenting, be it trust, be it taxes, be it health, be it sovereignty. Um, you know, you can educate yourself and then apply what you see fit in your life. That's called
Yep.
freedom.
Well, for me, it's I want to help people. I think it's a whole package, because if you're going to be truly free, what is freedom? And I think it's health, when you know your body and you can take care and control your own health. That's step number 1. Then next thing, yes, actually owning yourself and owning your rights and knowing your rights and understanding what rights you actually have, and to be able to not get screwed over by the system day after day in different ways, because they are screwing you over left and right all the time. I think free. And if you want to wake up at a certain time every day and go to a job, I mean, if that makes you happy, you should do that, but you should also know that that is not the only way, and you should be able to actually create your own life. And yeah, it takes a little bit of risk, obviously. And but I think that you should, at least you should know, so you can make your own choice, right? And actually, one thing I do want to point out, so speaking about this whole sovereignty and owning your straw man. So, for example, everybody remembers COVID, right? They were trying to push something onto you. In that scenario, would have been very good to have that, to be a secure party creditor, to have ownership of your straw man, because you could have said, hey, this doesn't apply to me. That's one example. There's so many things you can use it for, but that would have been a very good like scenario where you could have show them the paperwork saying, hey, this is not me. You're telling this entity that you created, this corporate entity, that they have to do certain things to do this and this and this. That's not me. I don't consent. I don't agree to this because this doesn't apply. One of
Yeah,
many examples.
one of many probably. And that's the thing is there's a there's there's a lot of ways to be free, and freedom,
Also, so
takes risks, and freedom is good. So and there's different lanes for different people. So
yeah.
find the lane that you want to run in, and go for the life you want to build and live,
Hmm.
and you are free to do that. So it's awesome.
I said the third and final step to freedom, I believe, is to actually understand energy, frequency, spirituality, and your powers. I know that you know it. You know that the power of your mind. I know that you do every day, as far as I know. You even put it in a group chat sometimes. The fact that you're supposed, do your gratitude and speak out what you want to achieve. And I think you and me do things very similarly, because I never like to the fact that I never liked the whole praying thing is because I feel like you're saying, please give me this, while the way we're speaking is more, hey, thanks, I already have it. So I believe in speaking in the future, into the future. You got to see yourself. So if you are a person that has struggling with your health right now, get some Acemannan, and also stop saying to people every day left and right that you're sick, because you are keeping
Correct.
that alive. So you got to also want to get better, and also see yourself as being better.
Yeah, I mean, you have these things in your throat. They're called vocal
Mhm.
cords. So by definition, what you say has a vibration and a frequency.
Yep.
And it's as simple as how are you speaking about yourself, whether it's vocally or your internal dialogue. I think if your average Joe just spoke better of themselves and spoke gratitude, peace, wisdom, love, I think that in a very short time that they would see the fruits of that show up in their life. And so it's that could be very simple. I do a gratitude journal every morning. I absolutely love it. um, I write out goals and I write them as I am so happy and grateful now that, and then insert the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm setting the tone that I'm already grateful for the the thing that I am searching for or desire, and I tried to bless other people and pray good things over other people,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, it's and it gets me centered. It helps me start the day on the right note. I mean, not that long ago, 10 years ago, if I had a bad experience in the morning, it could wreck my whole day,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's impossible for me to have a bad day.
Yes.
So it's just it's how you see the world and how you speak, and yeah, there's a lot of truth to it.
I agree. Also, we spell things, casting spells, right?
Yeah, there's it's I used to watch a lot of TV and I used to listen to a lot of music,
Mm-hmm.
and now I really don't. I'll watch the occasional movie or unwind with a documentary. I like documentaries still,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't watch much of the programming anymore. And if I'm at someone's house and the TV's on, I watch the commercials like, oh my gosh, I used to think those were normal. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
you know, and
I,
doom and gloom and doom and gloom. Um, yeah, so it's interesting how the things that you own sometimes end up owning you, and um, it's really easy to get stuck in comfort. I kind of look at things now where if it makes me uncomfortable, I probably should be doing it. But yeah, just a couple little
oh
tips
God.
there. Oh, bless you. I
Yeah.
mean, you do that in another couple of months, there's gonna be a kid sitting next to you.
I know. No, no. So actually, I think some days here they spray the air. Like you can go out and it's like weird foggy, right? So once in a while I'll sneeze now. I never used to do that, but it was like right in the beginning. Um, I don't remember exactly when it was. Early in the pregnancy, I sneezed once and I was like, oh shit. I felt like I was gonna pee myself, and I was like, you know what, Max? I gotta step up the exercises. So I've been doing the exercises like twice a day, and it's no problem now. But yeah, you definitely because like everything is changing and moving, right?
Sure. Well,
But
and
I
here's
got
what's cool.
flexible
You
since
know,
I got pregnant. I can do the whole, when you sit down like um, frog style kind of, but you have your butt almost on the ground. I could not do
yep.
that in the beginning. I can do it now. I do it every day. Because that's how we're gonna give birth, standing or squatting.
I mean, whatever, I mean, I know you've researched it more than I ever will. But it's just cool to, since I've known you've wanted to be a mother. And I knew that, that weighed heavy on your heart. And so nobody is happier for you than,
Well, I might
the
have
people that
adopted a child otherwise on a trip.
yeah, well, that's and we still can.
Yeah.
We can bring a few back, I mean, so it's just cool. I mean, I think we're at the right place at the right time, and if this speaks to you, reach out to Maaxx, and she'll walk you through the targeted health stack. And yeah, you have nothing to lose and just everything to gain.
Yep. And for everyone out there, I don't think I ever forget to say this, but I do still know that some people forget and then they order a product and then, I talk to them later and then they say, yeah, I bought a bottle and I ran out and I stopped. Don't do 30 days, guys. It's like you almost just reached a point where your body actually started to eliminate some crap that wasn't supposed to get in there and it was just ready to start doing the good stuff and you're like, give up. Even though there are people out there, I know we have some incredible stories of people getting results their first week, and that's fantastic. However, don't expect that because I don't think most people feel it their first week, even though some do. And if you are getting a little bit of a detox, it actually means it's working. So don't be alarmed. And I always say this whenever somebody reach out to me, I say, you can be detoxing, and that's a very good sign. And please give it more than 30 days.
Yeah, I mean, if I always tell people, if you take, because our stuff is set up on 28-day cycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you do 3 months, it's 84 days,
Mm-hmm.
and you will feel better. And if you don't feel better, um, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, maybe you are a world champion, a next level athlete, and you really know your body well, and you don't feel it. Or number two is you're going to stop,
I
and
was a
usually
world
about
champion athlete and I felt it. Well, not that kind of
yeah,
level, maybe, but
right. Well, and you'll have people that will stop taking it. Like my father's a perfect example. He was on it for 84 days, and he said, "I don't think this is really helping me." And I say, "Hey, cool, thanks for trying it." And 2 weeks later, he called me up and said, "Hey, I needed that was working. I need to get back on."
yeah,
And
that
I
was
said,
my
"Well,
sister too. She
yeah." And I said, "Well,
She had
when
this
did you?"
carpal tunnel, carpal tunnel thing. Yeah, in the hands, when the hands hurt. But she also had like 9 other things going on at the same time. So she took it and then she texted me and she said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that how can I get more of that stuff? I ran out, so I stopped because I didn't think it was working and I can't use my hands now." So she was
Yeah,
like, "I just want to let you know that I believe you now." And I was like, "Yeah." So a lot of times it was the same with me. I have a half fake arm. I had really bad knees and really bad joints. That was my personal my biggest concern. I just had aches in all my joints, and I've had for 15, 20 years. And I just, that was just life. So I just altered everything I did, even like just being outside walking normal. I'm telling Joe sometimes we're walking dogs, and I was like, it's crazy how I can just walk now. I don't have to think about my steps anymore, which actually used to think about every step, because if I stepped on something weird, I know it would hurt my knees. So it I didn't know though, because when I first talked to Joel, I didn't tell him I had issues. I was just like, I want to help kids. Tell me about this stuff. This sounds cool. And then I
yeah,
didn't tell him anything because I'm like, I'm as good as I can be. That's what I thought. I'm as good as I can be. So I didn't share anything with him. I was like, I just said, how is this supposed to help? Like, is this going to help me? Because obviously I'm going to try it. I'm not going to talk about something I haven't tried. Is this going to help me? And he was like, yeah, you're an athlete. Pay attention when you train. That was all he said to me. That was the end of the story. We didn't talk about anything else. I didn't tell him I had allergies. I didn't tell him about my crappy hair and the 3 packs of hair extensions. I didn't tell him about my IBS. I didn't tell him about my joints. I didn't tell him about any of that because I'm just dealing with it, right? And I'm not a whiny person. So then, the hormones were first. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. I don't have any lady pain. Like, that's crazy to me. And then about 2 months in, and I can't even tell people how long it actually took, because it creeps up on you. Like, you don't even know what day is like, because it's not a day, it's like a little bit every day. I'm in the gym suddenly one day, and I think it was like certain occasion, but I think the first time I was doing some sort of squat or something, like something that I know will not feel good. And I kind of did it a little sloppy or something. And I was like, ooh, that's not going to be good tonight. It was kind of like that. I am not going to love myself later. And then I didn't feel anything. And then I was like, that was interesting. And then fast forward, I'm in the gym doing like hanging leg raises for the abs, right? And my hands have always been not so good, right? So I will go until I lose my grip strength, but I'm not the one using straps and gloves because I want to use my hands. And I'm hanging and I'm just going. And I went until my abs just gave up, and I was like, I can still hang here. Like, this is insane to me. And I was like looking around, like, did somebody see that? It was more
yeah,
like that. And then I went another day and I slammed on plates on the leg press, like more plates that I'm supposed to. And me with bad knees, I text Danielle and I said, hey, so I'm in the gym and I did my max weight, but it feels like I can do more, but I'm kind of scared. Like, should I do more? And she just said, well, maybe just increase slowly. I was like, this, like, how am I doing this? This isn't even supposed to be possible. So
Well, it's
don't know how long it took. It just creeps up on you.
some, sometimes what we want help with, or a challenge that we have that's important to us,
Mm-hmm.
isn't the most critical thing going on in our body.
Yes.
And I had a truck driver, I won't mention his name,
Mm-hmm.
but he started with me because his thumb hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And, if whatever people want to fix in their life, I'm all for helping them if I can help them. I don't judge. I mean, awesome. Thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And, 60 days into his thumb recovery journey,
Mm-hmm.
he called me up and said, "Hey, I used to go to the bathroom like 11 times a day. Like every time I eat anything, like 15 minutes, I had to go to the bathroom. And it was really inconvenient because I drive over the road as a truck driver."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "You think that could be because of Acemannan and Betalains and balance?" And I said, "Yeah."
Of course.
But think about that. Like, that was normal for this
Yeah.
guy.
Because people
That was his normal.
you get used to it.
Right. And he was concerned about his thumb. You take, you're taking 10 poops a day,
Mm-hmm.
but his thumb was his concern. So it's
Yeah.
just interesting how sometimes the things that are normal and common, or I'll rephrase that, sometimes the things that are common are not normal.
Yes. Just the little
So we
things.
can help a lot of people. In the meantime, we can nourish a bunch of kids. And when you start helping people change their lives, and you hear the stories and you get to be part of the stories, and then you get to see the kids, and you get to see what we're doing with the nutrition for the kids. I mean, to me, there is not a better feeling than helping somebody feel better, helping somebody sleep better, helping somebody, achieve a certain physical goal,
Mm-hmm.
helping a marriage because maybe there's, health issues and stress and money issues, and you start helping people change their own lives, or you're giving people encouragement and the platform to change their own life and empower them. And then on the back end, we know we're nourishing kids. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is the coolest thing in the world. I mean, I just think that I'm so truly blessed and highly favored to have had this kind of land in my lap, because I think 5 years from now, everyone's going to be like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that." So yeah, if you're watching and this speaks to your heart, reach out to Maaxx. She'd love to help you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Mexico trip or our next event,
Yeah.
whatever it takes.
Oh, I'm gonna see you on. I didn't make it to the last event, but I'm coming to. I guess I'll do like a little
October.
mini baby shower on that one.
Yeah,
Baby
October 24th, 25th, 26th. We will be in Woodbury, the Woodbury area. I think I sent you the info on that, but
Mm.
yeah, let's pack out the house. Sam is going to be in town. Steve Burns is going to be in
Yeah,
town.
I want
Christy
to
McGuyan's going to be in
them.
town.
I want to. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. No, no, I can say that. I want to get them for my film.
I love it.
Oh, so let's
Well, get
end this one with a little clip of the babies. Now we have a few.
Would like, as it already is, to be a reason or a symbol of absolute peace, prosperity, abundance, and change. Creating that tribe of people that can actually bring change when they come together.
And that's it. I mean, you don't need the funds. You need the collaboration. You need the love. You need the tribe. You need the community. You need the resonance, right?
Yes.
With that, everything else will be created. Going through the money is an old way. You don't need to do that anymore. Go directly to what it is that you're manifesting. We're not manifesting through space-time anymore. We're going directly into time-space, which is source of ultimate reality, zero reality. From there, you can create anything you want to. I don't need money for that. Screw the fucking money. Nobody needs it. Without money, there is abundance for all. Right?
Yes.
Money creates poverty.
Hey. Okay, mama. Okay. Yeah. All right. You want to play that game? All right. Okay. Yeah, all right. I feel like I know what.
You're talking abundance. Don't talk money to me because that is not abundance. That's poverty.
Oh, say that again.
Money is poverty.
Oh, you know what? I have to
Okay.
post. So the last trip we did, well, I posted some clips, but I actually have a video of the from the hospital, Charisma, of the mom
Yes.
talking. But weren't we supposed to get? So all these kids have written letters, like thank you letters. I know we were supposed to get them or something. I don't think we did yet. Or was it the
Yeah, I don't
moms?
know. Sam might have them. Linda might have them.
Gotta ask for that because I want to
Yeah,
edit
that's.
something out of that.
I'll be talking to Sam probably this week. I'll mention
Mhm.
it. See,
'Cause that
see
was
if
the
he's got them. And
whole pile of thank you letters from moms and children over in Mexico, thanking for the nourishment they're getting. And we
yeah,
met this little one girl. I think the mom was explaining how was she autistic? The little girl that was there. I think she was autistic. She was
yeah,
having issues, speaking and communicating and everything. And the mom was saying that she actually does now.
yeah. She's a brand new kid. I mean, you hear the stories, and when you can impact a child's life, you just never know where that trajectory is going to take them, right?
Mm.
And so that's the beautiful thing about what we're doing is we're providing nutrition, which changes learning, which changes sleep, which changes behavior. It's just the tip of the iceberg. You don't know how far you help somebody grow, and their immune system is improved, and it just good things happen, right? You never know how their life is going to change because of you or me or someone choosing to improve their own physical health. So it's
Yeah.
the byproduct of you taking care of yourself is the company has a built-in take care of the kids plan,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't cost you any more. You don't have to do anything special. You just gotta take care. You put your own oxygen mask on, and we take care of the rest. So pretty awesome.
And now speaking of the child, so obviously now I've been talking a lot about the whole pregnancy and the babies and something I really want to help people with. I did a podcast the other day with a friend of mine who helps people do pregnancy prep, basically get healthy prior to getting pregnant, which is very important. Also, Acemannan is basically it's like mother's breast milk in your body. So you
Mhm.
can give it to a little infant, your newborn baby. We have something that we donate to these children in these countries, which I'm hoping that right now you can't buy like the mighty milk that we donate, but hopefully maybe soon, because I would like to eradicate formula off the planet. Can we do that instead?
I, you know, we it's good to have big, audacious, hairy goals.
Mm-hmm.
And Octavio he's a very special person. He has a special place in my heart. I know with you as well. And nothing would make me happier than if we could start that movement because
Yeah.
uh,
Obviously,
you
we want
know
to help mothers be healthy to the point where you can breastfeed. However, how the world is looking right now, a lot of women are not. So one day, maybe you all just have healthy milk like we should. Until then, let's do Ace Mannon.
absolutely. Well, thanks for having me on, Max. I appreciate your time,
Yeah.
and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Before you know it, it's going to be October, and we'll be in Minnesota, and it'll be good to get a big hug from you.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right. Have a great night. Bye
You
bye.
too. I'll see you soon.
Yep.
Okay. That was the new targeted health stack. So, everyone out there, let's make the world healthy. It's kind of like that how they're saying the Maha thing, make America healthy again. That's what we want to do, but we actually want to do it. Not saying they're not doing any good things, but what are they really doing though? That's the world's kind of crazy, a little corrupt. That's just how it is. And we got to do what we got to do. So make sure you take care of yourself. Use Acemannan so you get all the nutrients in. Feel better. One of my other goals, I have a private community, a private sovereign community. We talk a lot about the Strawman, about setting up trust and all this stuff, a little bit about health. And I had somebody ask me the other day about health insurance. And I said, well, one of my goals is that you guys shouldn't even have health insurance. I haven't had health insurance in like 8 years. And I actually stopped having health insurance when I was so sick and realized that the doctors are morons and nobody helped me. So I was like, I'm leaving. If I'm going to get healthy, I have to stop talking to doctors. And that's when I decided to leave it completely, leave the system. And that's how I started to actually get healthy and heal, because I started listening to their bullshit. And I don't think you guys should need to have health insurance. The only thing the medical system is for is emergencies. If you have an accident, that's all it's for. Nothing else. There's nothing else they can do for you. I hate the medical system, but you all know that already. They have done so much damage, and now I'm hearing these stories. So again, I have some friends that are pregnant now, which is beautiful. Literally, one went to the doctor and they basically kicked her out of the office because she said she wanted to do her checkup, but she wanted to give birth at home, and they got pissed the fuck off at her and basically said that they're not interested in having her. She wants to have just this visit. She's gonna have to pay full price for the visit that the whole birth cost, because she doesn't want to give birth with those morons who wants to put poison in your child. So screw them all. Home birth to the people, which is why I'm making this documentary. I want to teach people about health, about healthy pregnancy, doing everything outside of the system. Know that you were meant to do this. Moms and dads out there. Like moms, you were meant to give birth, and dads, you were meant to support the mom. Like, you know what to do. Trust yourself. Have some faith in yourself. You were literally born to do this. We're the only living being in the universe who needs help to give birth. Why can everyone else do it themselves? All the animals and everything can do it themselves, and they pretended and made us believe that we can't. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. However, guys, love you all, and make sure you go check out officialpureblood.com. If you order a shirt now, you will get my free sovereign guides with the shirts. How to get your Strawman, how to revoke your tax contracts, and how to set up your trust. No, wait, the trust guide might not be on the Pureblood. Sorry. But I got everything. You can send me a message if you want to get invited to the Sovereign private community. It is on Signal. I do not wish to share the link to that on any other platforms, because Meta and all of them, they leak your information. And I suggest you all serve them an affidavit of the misuse of your identity. I figured maybe we should start a challenge. Just have everybody serve all of these social media platforms for leaking their freaking privacy. I've done one already. I'm just saying, maybe I should start a challenge and just have you all do the same thing, and they get like a mass case against them where everyone's just telling them to stop doing their bullshit, right? Well, either way, I'm going to go train. Now it's late again. I've realized now when I'm pregnant that if I train early in the morning, it's literally like nothing. It's like I'm not even pregnant. But if I train at night, it's like the belly is like lower and I can feel it. So it's kind of funny. So I prefer training in the morning. But now I trained at night yesterday, and now apparently I'm training at night today too. But that will be fine because training is happening regardless. And I will see you guys soon. We have a live. I'm back on Wednesday again with my friend Ashley. So tune in then, and have a good night.